To me, there's nothing more satisfying or enjoyable than a horse that's able to move and perform well without any compromise in his body or mind. Unfortunately, the journey to train horses to use their bodies better is often very confusing and complicated for riders, with tons of conflicting information. I wrote my first 2 books and continue to teach and train based on what I see as a strong need in the horse industry for simple, clear, and useful information to develop horses gymnastically. Helping horses learn to use their bodies better with a strong dressage foundation, never any force, and a strong cross-disciplinary approach is my passion. I'm going to give you 5 very simple tips to accomplish better movement with your horse by creating more suppleness. I guarantee that you will see results. Here for what I want to show you with using intervals to get more accomplished. The goal with any gymnastic exercise is to deliver blood flow to the muscle. And what commonly happens is that people choose an exercise, and I'm going to do a turn on the forehand right now to demonstrate just as an example a gymnastic exercise. Many people stay in the exercise too long. And what happens is the muscle starts to compromise to get the job done in an easier fashion. And when that happens, you start to strengthen the wrong muscles and torque places in the horse's body we don't want to create torque or strain. So I'm just going to execute a little schooling turn on the forehand, which means I'm not asking him to be perfect with his front feet on one spot, and I'm just going to ask him to step under. Now what I want you to see is that these back legs are taking a pretty uneven or erratic stride. Sometimes the back leg crosses a lot. Sometimes, like right there, it just stalls out and stops crossing. And this is the mistake many people do. They'll go round and round with an exercise such as this, but they're not really getting their goal done of loosening the horse where they need to. It would be much more effective if I can work the body in a short interval in a good quality way and then leave that exercise for the same period of time I just worked the body and then come back to the exercise.
Yes, sir. You know, stopping, it's of course the most important thing that you know, we could ask for from a horse. And you know, anymore, if a horse doesn't have to stop or can't stop very well, you know, it's something that you're going to have to consistently be working on, as well as, you know, it's not something that you can hide, you know. And you know, every horse is their own individual and can offer it to you in different ways. And just a couple things that I like to do to either help one stop a little bit better or just to consistently build on it. You know, in the beginning, you know, when we first start these colts, and you know, it's a little bit of a mess as far as teaching them to go forward, and when their mind and their thoughts are centered in on it, you know, basically we'll just be walking or trotting around kind of in a circle like this, letting them just kind of flow off wherever they want. And more than anything, Duncan, just teaching them how to accept our hands and come back off of our hands, you know, and shuffle them feet back behind them a little bit and go both ways. You know, when there's a little bit of stiffness or they want to move really quick and just jump away from it, I'm just going to stay there, and you see me just kind of stepping back out of her way, okay, and just keep kind of going back to that same spot. I'm pulling her around right there. She's a little stiff on that side now. I'm going to step back off over here and pull her around. And all this is doing is just teaching them to kind of find you.
To raise a healthy horse, visit the website in the description box below for more guidelines.